What are you doing, you bastard? Asako's beige sweater is torn, her stockings are torn, and the broken heel of her shoe rolls away. The sound of horns rang out on the narrow Waseda Street, and the crowd of onlookers swelled to more than 300. Abduction case with no help from the police. 9 years ago, on November 25, 1995. Few people today know that there was a commotion on Waseda Street in Tokyo that was so big that a police car was dispatched. Asako, who was 31 years old at the time, had attended a Unification Church mass wedding in South Korea that summer and was planning to marry a Korean man soon. In order to say goodbye, I had decided to have dinner with my sister and brother at a restaurant near Takadano Baba Station. Asako approached the dinner with mixed feelings. About a year ago, he had been imprisoned in an apartment by family members and relatives who strongly opposed his faith. The leaders of the Unification Church and Shinjuku Church, to which Asako belongs, opposed the dinner, saying, "There is a risk that she may be imprisoned again." However, he desperately wants to meet his younger sister and brother, whom he has loved since childhood. So, he got a promise from his parents that he would never do something as bad as last time, and had senior believers keep an eye on him at the restaurant. Asako spoke kindly to her younger siblings while eating lasagna. "I think this Unification Church is the ideal place. I'm going to Korea to get married, but I'll come back from time to time." As the younger siblings were exclaiming, yeah, I could see a senior believer in the distance with a grim expression on his face and cumming his eyes. I hurriedly approached my seat and said, "There's a lot of people downstairs. We're surrounded. I just called in the support team. I was betrayed by my family again." When a pale Asako tumbled down the stairs from the second floor and ran out onto the street, 9 people, including her father and other relatives, were waiting for her. The younger siblings run down from behind. A total of 11 people attacked at once. "Kama, what are you doing? Let me go!" When Asako, who was dragged to the ground, kicked her father in the thigh, her gentle father, who had never been angry, took on a demon-like appearance. "What are you doing, you bastard?" Asako's beige sweater is torn, her stockings are torn, and the broken heel of her shoe rolls away. The sound of horns rang out on the narrow Waseda Street, and the crowd of onlookers swelled to more than 300. There were angry voices from around. As Asako is forced into the van, a police car arrives with its siren blaring. At that moment, Asako thought, "I was saved." All those involved were moved to the Tatsuka police station parking lot for questioning. Asako complained to the police from inside the car, saying, "I'm being abducted." However, this is a family issue, all my relatives agreed, and my sister got out of the car and said, "My sister has joined the Unification Church, which is currently the subject of controversy." I simply explained that I was going to have a discussion with my family, and the police were satisfied, and the police were able to settle their case. Asako frantically screamed, "Look, I'm in a Hakatsu choke. Please help me," but the police only glanced at her and made no attempt to intervene. Even though we are a country ruled by law, why are members of the Unification Church not recognized for their human rights? He said he felt a sense of despair as well as frustration. After leaving the Tatsuka police station, the car gradually left Tokyo, with the Unification Church pursuing them. After driving for about 2 or 3 hours, the car stopped in front of a small 2-story apartment building. Asako was forcibly taken into a room on the first floor by her arms, and she went up to the room with her shoes on, clearly angry. When you approach the back window, it is double-locked, and a colored sheet is pasted tightly so that you cannot see inside from the outside. I was filled with indescribable sadness and anger. From that day on, the confinement continued for 5 months, but one day in the 3rd month, when not only Asako, but the rest of the family began to feel fatigued, a woman suddenly visited her room. For a moment, there was a tense atmosphere in the room, and Asako felt her body tense up. The curly-haired woman with noticeable bags under her eyes smiled, so wide it seemed unnatural, perhaps trying to ease Asako's nervousness, and spoke to her in a gentle tone while handing her a souvenir jelly. "My name is Sumura. I'm a volunteer counselor." However, the self-introduction was a lie. Her real name is Sake Kuratori, 56 years old. Rather than being a volunteer, he was an official associate pastor at Tatsuka Church, Yokohama City, a member of the United Church of Christ in Japan, the largest Protestant organization in Japan.